Right. Hello, everyone. I don't know if I'm live yet, so if you guys can give me a sign by commenting. Today we are online on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So give me a shout out. For now, I see 0, so if anybody can write down where they're tuning in from. Hi, Francis. I think you're the first one. Yeah, so today is our second live. Hello, Antonio. And we are gonna start very soon. We have over 200 people that said they would join, so on the 3 platforms, so I'm looking forward to it. And this time we're gonna talk about how to digitize your business development and find clients online. And this recording is gonna be published again tomorrow morning in one of my posts, but it's also gonna be live on the podcast of the IBD Hub. So I will give you all the addresses at the end of this. If you want to share it or listen to it again, it will be possible. So I see some people from Dubai, from the UK, Essex, Louise, we have, Rashik. Please do not hesitate to, write comments and ask questions throughout. I still see that there is 0 people connected, but obviously the system must be wrong. I hope, at least. So today, I'm first gonna introduce the IBD Hub again for the people that haven't, that don't know it yet. So the IBD Hub was built recently, and it's a company that aims to help architects and engineers to grow their business and find new projects. And we do that for people that want to start their own practice or companies that have been struggling with finding new projects and enter new markets. But today we are going Hello, everybody. I don't know if I'm live. Right. Hello, everyone. I don't know if I'm live yet, so if you guys can give me a sign by commenting. Today we are online on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So give me a shout out. For now, I see 0. So if anybody can write down where they're tuning in from. Hi, Francis. I think you're the first one. Yeah, so today is our second live. Hello, Antonio. And we are gonna start very soon. We have over 200 people that said they would join, so on the 3 platforms, so I'm looking forward to it. And this time we're gonna talk about how to digitize your business development and find clients online. And this recording is gonna be published again tomorrow morning in one of my posts, but it's also going to be live on the podcast of the IBD Hub. So I will give you all the addresses at the end of this. If you want to share it or listen to it again, it will be possible. So I see some people from Dubai, from the UK, Essex, Louise, we have, Rashik. Please do not hesitate to, write comments and ask questions throughout. I still see that there is 0 people connected, but obviously the system must be wrong. I hope, at least. So today, I'm first gonna introduce the IBD Hub again for the people that haven't, that don't know it yet. So the IBD Hub was built recently, and it's a company that aims to help architects and engineers to grow their business and find new projects. And we do that for people that want to start their own practice or companies that have been struggling with finding new projects and enter new markets. But today we are going to talk about how to digitize your business development and how to find online clients and projects. So that's what we're going to talk about for about half an hour. I think I will take some questions at the end, so please keep them for that moment. So the first thing that I would like to explain is why business development is so important. So business development is the backbone of your business. So if you start an engineering or architecture practice, you will have to have a strategy to find new clients and new projects. You can't possibly think, okay, I'm going to start my practice to do very nice projects and I'm very good at designing. That's just simply not enough anymore. You also need to have business skills, have a strategy to find new clients constantly and new projects. So that's extremely important. So business development is basically the strategy that you put in place in order to reach out to potential clients and potential leads, and that is then going to trigger an opportunity for a project. So it works differently whether it's for public projects or private projects. So public projects are, the client is of course the government or the municipality or any entity that is funding publicly the project. And that strategy is usually a bit indirect because you cannot directly target the clients there, but you need to be present and you need to be known by the decision makers of these institutions. For the private business development, so in order to get projects with private clients, which can be developers, it can be one-to-one clients that want to build their house and so on, the strategy for this is more direct. You're going to try to trigger meetings directly with them and pitch. So it's very important in a way to have a strategy according to what kind of projects you're trying to target, if that makes sense. And we will talk about this in the next few weeks as well. I will do a session about the difference between public and private business development, which is really important. But basically, you have to have a strategy to target the right clients, find them, and do it in parallel to your projects. So a lot of people, and you can see it now, especially with Corona. So unfortunately, with Corona, we were used to meet potential clients and leads through events. So the MIPIM in Nice, or the CIMI in Paris, or networking events where you actually make contact with developers and potential clients. So these events are not there anymore. So how do you reach out to people and try to still get projects online? That's what we're gonna discuss. But also the other issue has been that many companies didn't do their business development in parallel to their projects. So they got their project and they were working on it up until Corona, and then it was paused, but they didn't invest in a business development strategy in the same time as doing their projects. So that caused them a lot of issues because now they're a little bit stuck. So that's why it's so important to always have it in parallel constantly. So invest in your business development since the beginning and never stop, even if you're busy. If you're a startup, if you get your first project, do at least 1 or 2 hours of business development per day. And I insist on that, so that you are sure to trigger some opportunities down the line. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's not self-sufficient. The next point was, how can you acquire new projects and clients online? So that will be a little bit what I'm going to talk about as a core to this live today. So one of the biggest mistakes that architects make, unfortunately, and engineers, I have to say, they also do it, is the fact that on social media and online, we tend to showcase our references as opposed to our expertise. So there are a lot of projects that are posted, sorry, my dog is playing with a chew toy, which is probably not the right moment. But we tend to showcase our references, our projects, renders, without really explaining the project or our expertise or even the values of the company. So that's something that is not right. This is not what is going to show the client what is your added value. So the client sees everyone posting references of towers, of residential projects and so on. But how can they know, okay, I prefer this architect rather than this one, right? So that's why instead of showcasing directly your references, you have to place yourself as more of an expert. So I'm going to give the example of LinkedIn. For instance, on LinkedIn, you want to post and to write articles about topics that you really care about and reflect your values as a company. So it can be about sustainability, how sustainability is going to be more and more important now that there is COVID, and how can architects reflect on sustainability for a living, and so on. You have to give your opinion. You have to show that you are the expert in that specific field, and explain how you would see the solutions to this problem that the client may have. This is for sure the way that you want to position yourself, whether it's on your personal profile on LinkedIn or on your company LinkedIn or Instagram or whichever. So you really want to show off your expertise and not just your project. So even if you post a project, a reference, try to target an issue that you have solved and put pictures of the project that show how you solved the issue, so that people remember the story about the project and they don't see a pretty picture that they will scroll through. So that's extremely important. And also on LinkedIn, if you're a management person or the owner of a company, you need to showcase your values, your added value as an architect or as an engineering company, and why people should work with you rather than others, right? So that is something that is really misunderstood when it comes to marketing and social media. And usually when you showcase your values and your expertise, straight away you get attention through LinkedIn or through Instagram for projects. So your profile is extremely important. The company page on LinkedIn or Instagram, on top of showing your expertise and why you are the best person to do the job, it also needs to be some kind of brand. So people need to come to your community, to your page, and see a community there. If you specialize in Feng Shui, for instance, you want people to go on your company page and feel the atmosphere of calmness. You really want to showcase your values and so on. So that is very important. And this branding and positioning as an expert will then help you with the second point that I'm going to make in a second. So a lot of people also ask me which platforms are more useful. So LinkedIn and Instagram are probably the top two platforms that I would recommend. LinkedIn, because it connects you directly to potential clients and partners, such as engineers that can be in your design team or co-architects that can work with you on other projects. And Instagram is quite good, especially for interior designers or architecture companies that are looking for private projects, because a lot of private clients are on Instagram and are looking for inspiration there as well. So these are a little bit the platforms that I would recommend. I know that some people are using Pinterest, but what are you guys using? Can you comment a little bit to tell me how you guys are using it? If there is more people on LinkedIn or on Instagram, I'm curious. And so once you have the branding of your page and your personal page, then you can start doing lead generation. What is lead generation? Lead generation is really the ability to find clients, but also partners. And I'm going to explain the difference. Partners are people that you have worked with previously, or people that could be part of your design team. So if you're an architect, those will be engineers. If you're an engineer, those will be architects or other specialized engineer services that you don't have. So how do you get there? Luckily, you can go on LinkedIn and search for development companies, which are really important if you're doing a private project. So if you have the LinkedIn Pro, actually you get a sales navigator, which is a separate page where you can really filter out developers or architecture companies or engineering companies. And then through there, you can see who is the decision maker. So the BD person or the manager of the company, and you can directly contact them by email, so by LinkedIn email. So that is really a really effective way to get there. But I'm also a very big I really believe that it's important to make lists of people that you are interested in. So people who work with me at the moment, and some of them are online right now, but they have to, as part of the coaching, make lists of engineers, architects and developers that have matching values with their company. From that, so it's an Excel sheet, right? So you put the name of all the companies that you would like to meet. You go on their website and you search exactly which person of that company you would like to get in contact with. And then you search that person on LinkedIn, or you can phone the company and ask for the email of that person. That also works really well. Once you have the contact that you want, the person that you want to meet, you need to write an email that basically will trigger a meeting where you can pitch. So at the moment, of course, it would be a meeting through Zoom. Otherwise, you would meet face-to-face, of course. But it's really important to write an email that is short. Don't write about your life, your experience, your CV, your website. No, try to be more, position yourself in a powerful kind of status, right? So you're contacting them and you can say, listen, I saw that you shared this article on LinkedIn, and I see that we are sharing a lot of values in common, whether it's sustainability, whether it's a project that you really like, and so on. And tell them, like, it would be really nice to have a Zoom call to see if we can potentially collaborate in the future. And this short message triggers them to want to know more. If you already tell them exactly what they want to hear, they are more likely to dismiss you straight away. But you can only win a collaboration or a project if you meet the person face to face or on a Zoom call. It's much easier than to pitch on an email. So try to keep it short and try to trigger interest. Try to show that you have researched some of their articles or some of the things that interest them, and that will trigger them to reply to you. So try to do that in order to trigger the meeting. Once you get the meeting, of course, then is the time to pitch, right? And this pitch, you can go back to one of our IBD Hub episode with Bogdan that we did about pitching. And there we explain exactly that the pitching is not about showcasing your portfolio. Pitching is about asking questions to the client or to the person that is in front of you, and ask what their actual problem is, in order to then pitch back saying why you would be the best person for the job and how you could solve his problem in a very unique way. So once you pitch, usually it's, it should be adapted to what the issue of the client is, or even if it's a partner that you want to work with, try to pitch according to their values. Like, okay, who have you worked with before as an architect? How did that go? He will maybe say like, okay, my experience with the architects that we have in general is terrible because during the process they don't let us do our job and so on. Try to ask them like, what was the problem, so that you can go back in and say, oh, well, we do it like this, and reassure him that you're the best person to do that. Does that make sense to everyone? So that's for the meeting. And then, of course, after that, there is the follow-up, right? Because you don't necessarily have a project to give straight away. So following up, and we don't do that enough, is to write an email following the meeting to, just check in and send them the portfolio, maybe write more about your company then, or maybe just simply ask them to send you some details about a specific project if there is one, and then give them the opportunity to send you the details so you can give your opinion about it. One of my coachees the other day asked me a question saying, okay, once I pitch to the client and he has a project, then I end up doing a lot of work for free. And then in the end, once he has his preliminary design, then he just disappears, right? So how much is too much, right? What I say usually is that you never want to give too much, but just tease them enough, right? So if they can send you the details about the project, then you can explain, okay, I've had a look at it and this is the options, or you can make a feasibility study, let's say, but not a preliminary design. So what I mean about feasibility is just volumes, or an analysis of the meter squares, or maybe the program that can be fit in, but definitely not a design for free. Otherwise you will lose the negotiation, because once you do a preliminary design for free for private clients, be sure that you don't have any negotiation perspective. So he will have power and you will not be able to say anything about the price or anything, because you already gave your knowledge. So let's try to tease them. Like, it's about business. It's not just about architecture. Like, you are a great designer for sure, right? Like, we all know that, but you still need to tease them. Like, it's about business. If someone was giving you, was selling you a course online, but was giving you half of it, you would not buy it in the end, because you would already know what the course is about, right? Like, so let's try to do business as architects and engineers, and not just, dream about design all the time. Like, I know I'm harsh, but like, it's also for your own good. Like, learning business is part of the journey. So you can make beautiful projects, but at the end of the day, the biggest companies in the world are also the ones that can put themselves in a good position to negotiate and have relationship with clients and partners. So that's really important. So to conclude, for this, how can you acquire client and project online? Try to be more present on LinkedIn, especially on LinkedIn. Right now, so many people are on the lockdown and behind their computers the whole day for their work. everyone is connected to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the platform that has made the most connection since Corona. People are doing business on there. So you need to be out there, you need to be posting every day. If you have to add people as friends. So you can search developers or development companies and then add people from the management or business development team. Try to be visible, really. This is the right time to beat the competition, because the big giants of architecture companies and engineering companies are too busy focusing on projects that they have ongoing. Others are trying to solve some issues due to some projects that are on hold. So a lot are not really focusing on getting projects now. But if you invest in yourself and your company right now, to do your business development, get some connection through there, trigger some Zoom meetings, people are open to it. And the reason why there's going to be a little bit of an issue in the architecture and engineering field right now is that people didn't get a chance to meet and discuss new projects and discuss new investments. So if we can replace that and do it online, we're going to avoid a crisis in our field. So go out there. I know, like, for me also, like, before Corona, I never thought I would be in front of a camera, or like posting every day, or I never thought that. I'm quite shy about this, but now it's better. You learn through doing, right? But really get out there. So this is my conclusion. I'm gonna take some questions, but I think that my system is a little bit slower than the questions that I get. So if you can write me the questions right now, and in the meantime, I'm gonna explain you what I am launching today. So today, in order to help architects and engineers to really do their business development online, we have launched a 6 weeks course online on digital business development. You can take a screenshot of this link and then later go through our website and find it. It's a 6-week course. We take only 50 people, and it starts on the 26th of this month for 6 weeks. And we have prepared this course during the lockdown. We didn't share it yet with anyone, and we did it in collaboration with Amin Siala, who is the business development representative for Google. So it's a very good course. It explains step by step what you should do in order to be visible online and how to trigger meetings with potential and partners, and really, boost your company growth to another level. So if you feel like you need more input on how to digitize your business development, we take only 50 people and we are launching right now. So it's gonna go fast. So visit our website for this. Also, this episode will be posted again tomorrow morning on LinkedIn, and also will be available on our podcast, the IBD Hub, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Now I have a question from Lydia. Do you recommend this also for interior designer? Yes, definitely. I think interior designers in particular will need to, for sure, use tools like Instagram and Facebook ads in order to trigger people to buy. I think it's even more interesting for interior design than for engineers, for instance. Interior design, everything is going to be online. Like, it's going to be hard to find clients face to face. So for sure, I would recommend it. Who else has a question? Otherwise, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, on my live it still says only 0 people are watching, so it's really in a way it's better for stress, right? Like, I see 0 people, so I feel like I'm talking to myself. Perfect. But anyway, joke aside, if the online course is not for you, I just wanted to wrap up and conclude. We have also coaching packages for starters and professionals. So these are for people that want to start their architecture or engineering practice, or interior design, as Lydia says. And you get private coaching with me, and we try to push forward your business in terms of concept, and also in terms of how to get clients straight away and trigger opportunities. So you can also find that on her website. And then we also do consultations, of course. Consultations with architecture and engineering companies that are already existent and that need a new business development strategy, whether it's online or offline. So if you want to do that, please visit our website. For both coaching and consulting, we do a first session for free, so that you at least get to introduce yourself, and we can tell you what is best in order to guide you to your goal, right? Andrew has one last question. Do you believe this works for international projects? Definitely. So actually, us as a background, the IBD company originally is a business development company that helps architects and engineers to find projects abroad. So this course has been tailored to the strategy that we usually use for architects and engineers who want to grow internationally. So definitely, it's a good question, and yes, most definitely, international project, it will work. I have no doubt about that one. So thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope to see you next week as well. I don't know yet about which topic we're going to talk about, but I think that we might have a surprise guest next week. So I'll keep you posted on that. So thank you so much, and see you very soon.